Oh, how are we, lads? My God. Melbourne Storm domination. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Saturday Night Football Review for round 15 of the NRL. Been here for Brain Cancer Round. We just saw the Melbourne Storm absolutely demolish the West Tigers off the park. It was like watching football training. 66 points to 16. And the game before that obviously was the better game. The Dragons beating the Raiders 22 points to 20. And what was a very good game of football, in my opinion. If you guys are new to the channel around here, make sure you guys like this video. Comment your thoughts on tonight's games in the comment section below. And subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. If you haven't seen, I already reviewed the Knights and the Warriors game in the Saturday afternoon football review. So go and check that out if you haven't already. But let's get into the other two games tonight. And far out, what a game! The first one was the Dragons beating the Raiders 22 points to 20 down there at WIN Stadium in Wollongong. What a game of football! I thought the Dragons were very poor for a while, but they came good, and the Canberra Raiders turned into the Canberra Faders once again, and the Dragons got away with a very important two competition points. But we'll get into it. It all started well for the Green Machine. The first try of the game in the 10th minute to Corey Harawira-Naera. It was a very nice try he scored. Conversion successful by Sam Williams. Canberra 6-0 after 10 minutes. And then 20th minute, 10 minutes later, Sebastian Kris scores for the Raiders. Sam Williams goal. Raiders 12-0 after 20 minutes. And my God, the Dragons were looking like they were going to get flogged a bit like they did against Canterbury on the Queen's birthday game last Monday against Canterbury. But, they were starting to play a bit better. Bailey Simonson, he took out Cody Ramsey off a run down that left-hand side, the Dragons. And, I honestly thought Bailey Simonson should have went to the sin bin, but, just a penalty, which was a bit of a confusion one there. And then 32nd minute, Ben Hunt, great short ball to Billy Burns. He goes over for a try in the 32nd minute. Important try of the game for the Dragons because they needed points before half-time, and they did score that. So Raiders leading 12 points to 6 still at that stage of the game. And then in the 39th minute, this was ridiculous. Jack Bird on report for a poke in the eye or a so-called high tackle on, I can't remember who it was on, but it was just, Sebastian Kris was on. Honestly, a poke in the eye or a high tackle, being on report for that, it's just laughable, honestly. Penalty goal successful by Sam Williams. Half-time, Raiders 14 points to 6. I thought Canberra were playing really well in the first half. It was very important for the Dragons to start well in the second half, and they needed to do so. Canberra were looking good, but for the Raiders, I wasn't really confident that they would be able to win the game at 14-6. They needed to keep going. And in the second half, the Dragons, in the 43rd minute, strangely enough, they went for a penalty goal to make it a 14-8 ball game in favour of the Canberra Raiders. And I thought going for goal here was a really smart decision. And then in the 45th minute, Joseph Tapine would score for the Canberra Raiders, and they would go out to an 18 points to 8 lead with a conversion successful by Sam Williams. And I'm going, Raiders now lead 20-8. That penalty goal from Corey Norman was completely useless. It was poor captain, poor leadership from Ben Hunt, I thought. And then it ended up being a good thing for the Dragons. There's a try to Gerard Bill in the 51st minute in the corner. I think that was his first try back since retirement for Gerard Bill. So good to see him score a nice try there. Conversion unsuccessful by Corey Norman. Raiders still lead though, 20 points to 12. The win of this game was insane. And then in the 53rd minute, pretty much back-to-back tries. Tyrell Salone, the guy on debut at fullback for the Dragons because Duffy was dropped. Bit of a chip and chase sort of play. And he scores the try, and it was unbelievable. Conversion missed by Norman once again because of the atrocious wind. Raiders 20-16. And then started to get a little bit controversial here. 55th minute, Joseph Tapine on report for an accidental high tackle on Billy Burns. Honestly, what a complete joke that was. That was pathetic. And then 60th minute, No try to Jack White for obstruction. Now, I think this was the right decision. The decoy runner did impede the Dragons' defensive line, so no try to Jack White. I believe it was the right decision. And then in the 69th minute, Jack de Belin back to his best. A great short ball to Paul Vaughan, an offload to Corey Norman. Corey Norman scores in the 69th minute. The Dragons level the game at 20-all. Norman converts his own try. Dragons 22-20. And at full time, the Dragons beat the Raiders at WIN Stadium, 22 points to 20. What a great game of footy. Very back and forth game. But again, Canberra, another lead. You know, they had another good lead in this game, and they blew it. They led 20 points to 8, and they absolutely threw it away. Look, I've been saying all year about Canberra. I cannot see them playing finals football. They have stuffed up so many games this year. They stuffed up against the Cowboys, the Warriors, now the Dragons. They've stuffed up a lot this year. They've had 10-12 leads on the Roosters and the Storm, and they still blew them games up. Canberra, I don't know where they go from here. You know, last week they beat Brisbane, but we all know how bad Brisbane are travelling at the moment. And they led 20-8 against the Dragons, who have been in pretty ordinary form as of late, and they couldn't even get the job done there. So disappointing for the Raiders, but a very important win for the Dragons. Dragons go back into the top 8. Unfortunately, my Cowboys fall out of the 8. They are currently in 9th position. They will remain there for the rest of the round, regardless now, so that sucks. But, you know, the Dragons, they get the job done over the Raiders, and full credit to them, they were the better team, and they deserve the win. But we'll start with some of the great players from the game, you know, for the Dragons. I thought Tyrell Salone had a pretty good game. He started the game pretty slow because I think he was a bit nervous, but he had a fairly good game. I thought Braden Williami was decent. I thought Ravalawa had a good game. I thought Ben Hunt was outstanding, probably the best game he's played all year. I thought he was terrific. Norman was decent, I guess. McCulloch was good at dummy half. I thought Jack de Belin was outstanding at lock. I thought he had a great game. Jack Bird had a good game as well in the back row. Paul Vaughan off the bench was terrific. Yeah, they were all very good for the Dragons. For the Raiders, though, you know, I thought Bailey Simonson had a great game at fullback for Canberra. I thought Sebastian Chris was outstanding until he went off with a HIA, did not return. I thought Rapiner was good. I thought Jack White was decent. Josh Papali had a good game as well. Corey Haru and Naira and Soliola were good. Also, Joseph Tarpon and Ryan Sutton good for Raiders off the bench as well. But the Dragons, man, a very, very important win for them. They get the win over the Raiders, 22 points to 20 at WIN Stadium. My top 3 players on ground for this one. I'm going to go number 3, Bailey Simonson. Number 2, Jack de Belin. And number 1, my man of the match, Ben Hunt. He was outstanding. He gets my man of the match for the Dragons' win over the Raiders. Now, let's go on to the other game. Now, with all due respect to the Storm and the Tigers, I am not going to spend long on this game at all because it was a very one-sided game. Storm beating the Tigers 66-16. It was a bloodbath. It was embarrassing. And if you are a West Tigers member, you should ring up the West Tigers tomorrow morning and you should demand your money back for your membership because they disrespected the West Tigers fans tonight. They disrespected the jersey and they showed no heart and no respect at all to the club. And if Michael Maguire is to step down, I do not blame him at all because it seems like no one wants to listen to Michael Maguire. So if I was a West Tigers member, I would be absolutely furious with his performance. And, you know, shout out to Champion Videos as well. Mad Tigers fan, I hope he's doing okay after that performance because he would be disgusted. And, yeah, let's get into it, man. 2nd minute, Brendan Smith scores. Melbourne 6-0. 4th minute, Nico Hines try. Melbourne 12-0 after 4 minutes. And then, 10th minute, Munster try. 18-0 Storm. Try to Finucane. Storm 24-0 in the 14th minute. 17th minute, Nelson Solomona try. 17 minutes scoring into the game. The Storm already lead 30 points to 0. That is absolutely insane. The Tigers' defence made the Gold Coast Titans look like $1 million. They were shocking, the West Tigers. Absolutely shocking. And then, in the 29th minute, they tried to Remus Smith. Melbourne 36-0. And then right before half-time, Felice Kafusi scores. Half-time, Storm 40-0. Rest in peace, West Tigers. Second half, try to Jerome Hughes in the 43rd minute. Storm, what's that now? 46-0. Remus Smith double. Storm 50-0. Yep, I know this game is getting out of hand. And then the 50th minute, Tom Osnev try. Storm 50, what are we now? 54, 60-0, whatever. Harry Grant scores 60-0 Storm. Then a try to Tommy Talau. Unbelievable. The Tigers are in. Have a party. They scored a try. 60-6. 66th minute. Nelson Solomona goes to the sin bin for a high tackle. Honestly, what a complete joke. There was nothing in it. But once again, the NRL inconsistency just ruins another sin bin. But it didn't really matter because the game was all over. But I won't let it slide because it was bullcrap. But anyway, I tried to Luke Garner. You know, he's probably the only player who actually had to go tonight. 60-12 Storm. Jerome Hughes scores his second try. 66-12, and Nofaluma scores with 2 minutes to go. Full time. Storm 66, Tigers 16. West Tigers suck. Melbourne Storm too good. Don't really want to talk about too much. It was like watching football training. It was that bad. I hope the West Tigers can improve and bounce back. I felt sorry for Michael Maguire. You know, the Tigers were just getting out. They were getting embarrassed. It was hard to watch. Anyway, top 3 players on ground for this game. I'm going to go number 3. I'm going to go with, let's go, Nico Hines at number 3. Number 2, let's go with Dale Finucane. And number 1, my man of the match, Jerome Hughes, best on ground for sure. Storm win, too good. I'm getting out of here. No one cares about the Storm win. It was a bloodbath. Guys, thanks for watching the Saturday Night Football Review. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. See yous in the next one.